So we're here talking with Tommy Tallarico.
Where?
Big cheese when it comes to Video Games Live. So we've talked with you before, past few years. What's new in Video Games Live these days?
Well, from a show's perspective, we're always adding new segments and elements to the show. We use 3 screens now. We have, we were just on stage now. You saw those big steam cannons blowing off. So we're always adding special effects. Rotating disco balls with the lights going all over the place. So there's special effects, always adding the new screens, we have new like HD cameras. So like when Video Games Live first started, it was kind of just like one screen and you got the gameplay footage. Then we got 3 screens, and then so now I've been putting in like different side screen effects that go along with the visuals. But also we upgraded all of our cameras. So now when you see on screen, you'll actually see close-ups of the musicians, because it was funny, a lot of the comments we get back from people are like, man, it's such an amazing show and the music sounds so amazing, you forget that people are on stage actually playing it because they're watching the lights in the video. So we wanted to incorporate more of the the liveness, if you will, into the presentation on the screens. So we do a lot of that. But from a content standpoint, Uncharted 2, Africa, Mega Man, we've had, I guess we've been playing that for close to a year now. But Shadow of the Colossus, Silent Hill 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. Those are the ones that we've incorporated recently. Diablo 3. Some of the stuff that's coming up that I'm working on right now for the summer that we're going to probably put in by the fall is I'm working on an Earthworm Jim segment. Many people have been asking me for that one. We're going to do a Street Fighter 2 thing, kind of like a rock and roll version of Street Fighter 2 with the orchestra. Oh gosh, what else? I'll have to get my list out. But always new content happening.
And then big news with the Blu-Ray, high def PBS partnered special. Tell us a little bit about that. Yeah,
so basically this year, July 31st, 2010 is going to be the national debut of a 90-minute PBS special. And this is huge. It's huge not only because video game music is going to be on national television and featured, but to have it on PBS, which is the most highly respected network, over the last 40 years. It's educational. It's, when you go on a PBS concert, when you turn on PBS and you see a concert, it's Sting, Elton John, Paul McCartney, Bocelli, a lot of, Josh Groban, a lot of the highest profile and classy, and the production is very expensive looking and everything, so there's a certain level of quality when you turn on PBS that's what you're expecting. And so for Video Games Live to be on PBS is amazing, to be said in the same breath as Sting and Bocelli and Elton John and Paul McCartney. So that's huge, just the fact that the network we're on, but also the audience that is going to be watching this, some crazy percentage of, I forget the exact number, but a good majority of PBS viewers are over 50, so we're going to be reaching tens of millions of people who don't play video games. And that was the goal why I started Video Games Live in the first place, is I wanted to prove to the world how culturally significant and artistic video games have become. Gamers get it, we all get it. We know how good the music to Final Fantasy is, and Warcraft, and Halo. Duh, we live and breathe it every day. But the parents and the grandparents out there have no clue. They think video game music's nothing more than a bunch of bleeps and bloops. So to have it on PBS, again, if we were doing a concert and putting it on G4 or Spike, it's like, who cares, But to have it on something that's PBS, that's going to speak to the world, this is going to be a huge turning point, I think, for the entire video game industry, not only for video games, but, they're in 90 million households, PBSs across America. And PBS, we're the We start July 31st and we're running all of Pledge Week, and then we're going to be in heavy rotation. You know, PBS is expecting over 50 million people to view this program. You know, and again, a great percentage of those don't play video games. So that's huge. The other big thing about it is that this is, we're doing a companion CD, our second album, and it's going to have 16 tracks on it, so even more tracks than the special. The special only has 12 tracks, and some of them were cut down. You know, we had to edit some of the things to fit it all in. So the CD is going to have 16 tracks, and the download of it's going to have 18 tracks. And then the DVD and the Blu-ray are going to have 3 extra hours of content. Not only concert footage, but also behind the scenes and interviews with the composers and making of the games, and you know, a whole bunch of really cool stuff and extras on that as well. And some really fun stuff. For example, when I went to Japan last year, I was doing a press junket, a press tour for our show that was coming up in a couple months during the Tokyo Game Show. And all of the Japanese composers threw me a big party. And so everybody was there. And I recorded it on film. So, you know, everyone from, you know, Metal Gear Solid guys, and you know, Jun Sanao from Sega, and the Capcom folks, and the Namco folks, and you know, you name it, you know, they were there. Yuzo Koshiro was there. The girls who did the Castlevania music originally were there. The woman who did Kingdom Hearts was there. You know, so Matsuda-san was there from Chrono. So I'm going to put that on the DVD as like a kind of a special hidden thing. But the big news is that no one. This is the first time in history that the rights have been received for games like Mario, Zelda, Sonic, Mega Man. These types of games, they've never been released outside of Japan. You can't go on iTunes right now and download the Mario Brothers theme, or the Zelda theme, or Mega Man, or any of that stuff. So this is going to be the first time ever that they are selling Mario music outside of Japan, and Zelda, and you know, so it's going to be pretty huge. You know, I think it's going to make a big impact and hopefully pave the way for much more things like this to come from other composers and musicians or concerts or whatever. You know, so yeah, it's very, very exciting. I think it's really going to change a lot.
Did they come to you, or did you?
Yeah, our agents at William Morris, who's just been great with us, we've been with them for over 8 years, they're the big cheeses. You know, our specific agent's name is Mark Geiger. He's the Senior Executive Vice President over at William Morris. He handles Prince, 9 Inch Nails, he does, you know, Walking with Dinosaur show, Trans-Siberian Orchestra. He handled Britney Spears when she was big, you know. The Pixies, Lisa Gerrard, and so he, you know, he made some calls, and also our other agent, Amy Flax, who dealt with Yanni and Usher, and she does a bunch of. So they kind of got PBS involved. They invited him out to one of our shows last year at Wolf Trap, which is in Virginia, because PBS's home base is out of Virginia. We were playing with the National Symphony Orchestra. We had a big outdoor, sold-out show, 6,500 people, and they came and they saw the families, and they saw this and that. So once they saw the show, they were like, "Oh my gosh, we got to get this on PBS." So yeah, it was our agents got him there, and then the show kind of, you know, spoke for itself, and then the agents negotiated a deal with PBS, and there you go, yeah.